Today on Good Morning Maine, a rash of murders continues to grow with a new homicide investigation underway in Westbrook.
Plus, we'll hear about new rates that will help Mainers pay less for their electricity.
And Americans may be paying more this year for Christmas trees, but one local farm is helping to keep the prices affordable. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have all the day's news coming up in just a few minutes, but first a check of the forecast, and it's looking pretty nice for today.
Yeah.
Partly cloudy skies, comfortable temperatures for this time of year. Not too bad at all.
Yeah, and tomorrow's supposed to be even warmer. Yep. Let's check in with Devin Biggs for that full forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garland Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. As we get into things this morning, the small crowd advisory has been extended now until around 1 p.m. as we head towards your Friday. Along the coast, active surf will be expected yet again as you do move forward. So that's why this is now in effect until that time frame. Meanwhile, on land, we're looking pretty good this morning. Some clouds developing, maybe some areas to the north seeing a few flurries this morning in a few areas, but again, nothing too extreme to worry about though. We'll stay quiet out there otherwise today with a partly cloudy sky as the clouds we're seeing out there this morning will give way to sunshine for most spots, while some other areas may hold on to the clouds. As we zoom things out, not a whole lot going on, maybe a few snow showers in a few spots up in Canada, maybe northern Maine. It's kind of about it. You can see those flurries again there, but otherwise we're looking pretty good as we do move forward. But a lot of sunshine today, maybe some clouds to the north. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky this afternoon and a few more clouds approaching as we head towards early Friday morning. As for the wind, it will be out of the southwest today up to 10 miles per hour, maybe a few gusts up to 15 miles per hour at times, and the winds may pick up a little bit more as we head towards your Friday. So that hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, we will have some sunshine out, but clouds to the north, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. A suspicious death in Westbrook is now being investigated as a homicide. Police say 61-year-old Clarence James Pearson was killed, but they are not saying how. Mal Meyer has the latest.
Mechanic Street is quiet now, but it wasn't that way on Tuesday.
No one's ever expecting like a knock from the police at 6:50 in the morning.
Rebecca Archer lives right by this apartment building where a man's body was found.
The detective asked, have you talked to your neighbors or seen them in the recent days? And I said no.
Someone called 911 for help just before 1:40 a.m.
CPR is not in progress. Please, they may be on help. She's refusing to return to the apartment.
It was just a lot of police coming in and out. And then the evidence response team showed up.
They were pretty tight-lipped. They didn't have much to offer.
David Charest owns a few of the apartment buildings around the block.
Stadies were going up and down the street, knocking on doors and asking questions.
He also wanted answers, but couldn't find anything anywhere until today, though it wasn't much at first. Charest says he tries to do the best he can for his tenants, but this is unsettling.
Things like this happen. All you can do is say, hey, hopefully they've resolved that issue and we can move forward.
For Archer, it's surprising to have something like this happen so close to home.
Hopefully the police can get the matter sorted out quickly.
That was Mal Myers reporting. In other news, authorities are investigating a death at a residence along Main Street in Fairfield. Our crew on the scene observed several state police vehicles yesterday, including a state police crime lab and major crimes unit. Neighbors tell us there's been a heavy police presence there since sometime on Tuesday. The body of the deceased has been transported to the Office of Medical Examiner, where an autopsy will be performed to determine the official cause of death. The investigation remains ongoing, and officials say there's no danger to the public. We'll keep you updated as the information rolls in.
The Penobscot County Grand Jury has indicted a former correctional officer arrested for alleged sexual assault and tobacco trafficking. 48-year-old Robert Ireland of Old Town was arrested in September after the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office investigated reports of a corrections officer, bringing electronic smoking devices and other contraband into the jail. Detectives also found Ireland allegedly had inappropriate contact with 2 female inmates. He was indicted on 2 counts of gross sexual assault and trafficking of tobacco in an adult correctional facility.
Well, meanwhile, 2 men accused of setting a fire in Bangor were also indicted. 19-year-old Joshua Fletcher and 41-year-old Eric Hassenbach of Harrington were both indicted on arson charges. Police say the fire at 271 Elm Street in Bangor started a little before 4 a.m. on August 31st. 2 people were inside at the time, but they managed to get out safely. Meanwhile, 24-year-old Zachary Boggs, who police say is a transient, was also indicted on several charges, including aggravated assault and violation of conditions of release. In September, police responded to a residence on the Irish Road in Carmel. They say a handgun was used to pistol whip a victim. The victim sustained serious injuries to his face and head, but they were not life-threatening.
A Brewer woman will serve more than 2 years behind bars for financial crimes and for making a straw purchase. 50-year-old Carol Bragdon was sentenced on Wednesday in federal court for wire fraud and making false statements to a mortgage lending business. She was also sentenced for making a false statement to a licensed firearms dealer in the separate straw purchase case. Bragdon was sentenced to a total of 42 months in prison. She was also ordered to pay $177,000 in restitution.
More than 44,000 crimes were committed in the state of Maine last year. That's according to the 2022 Crime in Maine report, which was just released by the Department of Public Safety. The report states there were just over 1,400 violent crimes in 2022. 28 people were killed by homicide or non-negligent manslaughter. 413 rapes were reported and 821 aggravated assaults. There were also more than 26,000 crimes against property. Those include offenses including burglary, identity theft, motor vehicle theft, and shoplifting. A link to the full report can be found on our website at foxbangor.com.
A government watchdog is highlighting issues within the Maine Department of Health and Human Services, which oversees child protective services. Our Augusta reporter, Corey Bouchard, has more about what the group describes as ongoing systemic failures after their investigation into the death of a Brewer infant.
Surely we can appreciate a case where caseworkers are constantly coming in and out. This same caseworker had chance, opportunity to sort of understand what was going on.
Peter Schleck, the director of the Office of Program Evaluation and Government Accountability, a state watchdog agency that is investigating how Maine DHHS handled a number of recent child deaths in the state, is talking to the legislature's Government Oversight Committee about the case of Jaden Harding, a 6-week-old infant from Brewer who was killed by his father in the spring of 2021. Schleck says the caseworker assigned to Jaden's family throughout its many years of interactions with DHHS was not new to the job.
You read about the one caseworker who had 3 investigations, who then had a number of opportunities to sort of pick up on some information and just, we couldn't get there. That caseworker had approximately 6 years of experience at the time of that work. The supervisor had approximately 17 years at that time.
One of the factors listed in OPEGA's report of Jaden Harding was that caseworkers were overworked and assigned more cases than they should have been. Schleck says according to new communications with current DHHS caseworkers, the problem isn't getting any better.
An investigative caseworker should have no more than perhaps 10 or 12. And one of these caseworkers told me she currently has 39. And one of them, who was breaking down in tears at various times, really in an extreme state of concern, has 30.
We reached out to DHHS about their current case-to-case worker ratio and did not immediately receive a response. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, here's some good news for everyone. CMP and Versant customers around the state will soon be paying less for their electricity bills. The Maine Public Utilities Commission announced the new standard offer electricity prices on Wednesday, which are notably lower. According to Chair Phil Bartlett, the savings will equal out to about 35% in cost savings for CMP customers and about a 30% dip for Versant customers.
We hope this is meaningful relief at an important time. You know, inflation continues to sort of plague so many sectors of the economy. People are paying more every time they go to the grocery store. So we hope that this will be meaningful relief. I think $32 a month is pretty significant for a lot of folks. And when we think about this in reverse, when we have rate increases of $5 or $10 a month, we worry about the negative impact on customers. So conversely, having this kind of savings hopefully will give people a little breathing room at a time when they really need it.
Bartlett went on to say that Maine's standard offer rates are mainly tied to natural gas prices and world events that affect those prices. And he adds that CMP and Versant have no control over those rates.
The director of the Governor's Energy Office put out a statement shortly after the announcement saying, quote, "The reduction in standard offer electricity prices is welcome news. These lower rates will provide much needed relief for Maine ratepayers who have faced increased costs because of volatile global energy markets and New England's over-reliance on natural gas to generate electricity." He went on to say that it's important to continue to diversify Maine's energy supply to reduce the vulnerability to price increases driven by global markets.
Well, in other news this morning, Rockland police are making light of a recent crime as they try to find the person responsible. They say a clumsy criminal broke into the Maine smoke shop on Tuesday night and made off with cartons of cigarettes. The alarm went off and the suspect can be seen fumbling with the smokes before slipping out ahead of police. Rockland police have since posted security video of the incident on their Facebook page with music from the Benny Hill Show behind it. Rockland police say the suspect's own lack of coordination limited the loss of the product, although there was a significant amount of damage done. They say although it's not a joking matter, they feel humor is sometimes the best way to bring light to an otherwise very sad and upsetting situation. The funny video was also posted with the victim's approval as well, so they have a sense of humor too.
Right.
Just funny. I mean, the guy, I don't know.
It's the slipping on them for me.
Right,
the little
yeah.
plastic bag. It's like
he
you'd
brought
think
the wrong
you'd bring,
bag or something.
If you're gonna go try to be a thief, you're gonna want to be prepared.
I have the feeling we'll see that video again down the road.
I have a feeling. Yeah.
Kind of funny. Hopefully they catch it up.
That's like thousands of dollars worth of tobacco.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah.
Okay. The time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a teacher in Hancock County is receiving special recognition for going above and beyond to help educate local students. We'll take you to a gathering held in her honor.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. Today looks like a partly cloudy day with highs near 40 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight with lows dropping down to the upper 20s. Tomorrow the clouds will be rolling in, a bit warmer with highs near 49.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years' experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
The clock is ticking on the Toyota year-end closeout, so don't miss out on spectacular year-end closeout savings.
Time to get them, don't wanna miss a thing.
You could get an adventure-ready 2024 RAV4 with $1,000 closeout financing cash. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance and Toyota Safety Sense technology. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
Don't wanna miss a thing.
Toyota, let's go places.
Happy holidays from Old Town Redemption, offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Season's greetings from Indoor Yard Sale. We have the best deals in town. River's Edge Chiropractic, holiday destination for health and happiness this season. Move better, feel better, live better.
Our first category is all-inclusive.
Pack your bags.
We're talking about a resort. There would be a cart that holds your luggage, a luggage cart. Luggage cart.
Dictionary.
The way Colton comes up with these things here at a resort, there are carts. There are carts that hold your luggage. There's a luggage cart.
Is a real trip.
Music. Piano keys. Piano keys. You're going to Panama.
Every weekday.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. Just a heads up for drivers passing through the Etna Newport area this morning. There is reports that a tractor-trailer truck has gone off the side of the road. There's an accident of some kind there. We don't have any other details, but it could cause some tie-ups. So if you're heading down through that area, just be careful this morning. Demonstrators took to downtown Bangor's Pierce Park last night to support the people of Palestine. The rally commemorated the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people. Demonstrators voiced their frustration with elected officials, calling on them to do more to help people in the crossfire of the war.
Not a humanitarian pause, a full ceasefire in the ongoing war and genocide against Gaza, and for an end to U.S. military aid to Israel. Ultimately, what we want to see is we want to see a free Palestine, and we want to see justice for everybody from the river to the sea.
Demonstrators voiced their support for House Resolution 786, which calls for an immediate de-escalation and ceasefire in Israel and occupied Palestine. We'll have the latest on the war coming up.
Some call it the Oscars of teaching. Since 1987, the Milken Educator Award has recognized teachers across the country for their selflessness and excellence. One of the recipients of this year's award is a teacher from Hancock County Technical Center. Our Doug Banks introduces us.
Check, check, check. Check 1, 2.
Right up front, those words first. Students and staff gathered alongside camera crews, educators, and the Milken Family Foundation.
We look for teachers and principals who have leadership, who go above and beyond, who are somewhat of hometown heroes.
There is no application process, and the teacher had no idea that a life-changing moment was awaiting her.
She was gone to India for her sister's wedding, so that was a little bit of a challenge making sure, and she flew in yesterday.
And the Milken Educator Award goes to
Megan Stubbs!
She's been a teacher for over 10 years, but this year, Megan Stubbs is the sole recipient in Maine to receive this award. And her initial reaction to it all?
I was like, why would you know my name? I guess was my question.
She never likes the spotlight, but she's one of the people who's always working hard to make sure that everything we do comes together and is done well.
Grateful for the award? Absolutely. But hearing from students that she is the person in their life that they can trust, that is the greatest award of all.
She comes to my games all the time. She's very supportive in and out of the school, and I just always know that she's there, and I can always rely on her for anything.
Some don't know how important a person like Miss Stubbs is to their life until they're gone. And for her, life is much more than teaching a curriculum.
So that they feel supported, so that they know that they have an adult that respects and appreciates them where they're at right now.
And will this award change her? The answer is no.
I want it to still be just my kids and me.
In Ellsworth, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The award also comes with an unrestricted $25,000 cash prize, and I was just thinking too, it's like the amount of work we don't know that goes behind the scenes that she does. It's just incredible.
Sounds like it's very well deserved.
100%.
So, yeah, congratulations to her.
Yep. All right, the time now is 8:18. After the break, Americans may be paying more for Christmas trees nationally this year, but there's one local farm that's helping to keep the costs down. We'll take you up Piper Mountain.
Plus, the ceasefire has been extended for another day in the Middle East, with hopes it will lead to the release of more hostages. We'll have the very latest as Good Morning Maine continues.
Satisfaction with AARP and the Stones. AARP members get special pre-sale access to the Stones Tour 24, Hackney Diamonds. Pre-sale starts November 29 at 10 a.m. local time. Not an AARP member? Learn more or join today.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate, 974-7815.
Hi, I'm Dave Sear, President and CEO of Skowhegan Savings Bank. I'm pleased to announce today our third annual Seasons of Giving campaign. We give each branch and department $1,000, which totals $20,000 for the company, and they get to choose their own nonprofit to get a $1,000 donation before the end of the year. Please check out our social media for updates about the award winners prior to the holidays. And from all of us at Skowhegan Savings Bank, happy holidays.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. 'Tis the season to get your Christmas tree up and decorated for the holidays, but a recent report from the American Christmas Tree Association says purchasing that tree could be harder on your wallet this year. Our Matthew Jaronczyk has more.
Christmas tree. It's that time of the year. The cold nipping at your nose, the feeling of sap on your hands, the smell of pine in the air. With everybody Thanksgivinged out, for some, the focus now turns to picking that perfect Christmas tree for your home.
But it's become our tradition to come up here with the family.
And with that tradition comes a price tag. According to the American Christmas Tree Association, the nationwide average price of a tree increased 10% from last year, averaging between $80 and $100. Yet Piper Mountain Christmas Tree Farm is one spot that hasn't seen much of a price increase.
Our trees have gone up less than $2. Our trees start at $60 for a 6-foot tree and less, and go up $8 for any additional feet.
A $20 difference may not matter, but West Gardner resident Dan Wilson says it's the quality of the trees here that has him coming back.
They always have exactly what we're looking for. So we'll keep coming here as long as we can, and it's affordable for our price range, and it works great for us.
Although you probably won't find your Charlie Brown Christmas tree up here, these trees still mean more than a simple decoration for the holidays.
It's an experience. It's getting the family out, having everybody taking the saw to the tree and bringing it down here and getting it baled.
This is our 4th year, and it's exactly what we're looking for every year. So that's kind of become that tradition.
In Newburgh, Matthew Jaronczyk, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, like he says, you're kind of paying for the experience, too. You're taking the kids out and looking for that tree. It's a whole thing. And you go inside, maybe buy an ornament.
Yeah.
I think before they've had like hot cider there and that kind of thing.
That's my favorite part.
Kind of neat.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes donuts, too.
Yum.
Oof. Yeah. You're still thinking about how you're going to put your tree up. I've been thinking about it for you.
I know.
You have a destructive kitten.
I do. I do. I've always had live trees until the last few years. Then I had an artificial tree for whatever reason, and I lost half of it in the move. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do, knowing that my kitten's just going to wreck whatever I put up.
Right.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Interesting. I'll troubleshoot with you.
I'll take some video too. We'll see.
Yeah.
It should be comical.
Right. Okay, the time now is 8:23.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. A full weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garden Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. Alrighty, this morning a small cloud advisory has been extended until 1 p.m. as we head towards your Friday, as we're going to be watching for some active surf as we head towards early Friday morning, courtesy of some gusty winds yet again. So make sure that we're keeping an eye on that. For now, it's not too bad out there at around 3 to 4 feet according to the buoys. A little bit out there further out towards sea at around 6 feet. And these lighter colors that you see here indicating higher surf further out towards sea as well. But for now on land, we're not too bad. We just have clouds developing out there this morning. Perhaps a few flurries or light snow showers further off towards the north. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good as the clouds moving through. And these clouds will give way to some sunshine as we move forward today as well. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Not a whole lot going on here, though. There's a snow returns further off towards the north. High pressure not too far away. We'll get some sunshine going later on today as well. The clouds may hang around, though, across the northern parts of the state. As we do move forward, again, a lot of sunshine today, maybe some clouds to the north. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky. And as we head towards Thursday night, a partly cloudy sky yet again, some more clouds approaching. But then we have to watch for a system as we head towards late Friday, more so as we head towards Saturday. So let's break all this down. As we head towards Friday, we're looking pretty good. By Friday night, some rain and snow looks to move in, though, so that'll be moving through mainly overnight Friday night to Saturday morning, mainly as rain, but a little bit of snow in the northern parts of the state. And we could keep some of this activity going as we head towards Saturday evening, and also in the parts.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. With so many mesothelioma lawyers on television, how do you choose the right firm for you and your family? Our goal is to get you as much as you deserve. $30 billion was set aside for mesothelioma victims like you. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, we'll come to you within 24 hours so our team can get to work right away. Call us now. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Call 1-800-602-5800.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers delivery from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Saturday, the Big Ten Championship is on Fox.
We've been waiting all year long.
With his sights set on the playoffs and a national title, J.J. McCarthy and third-ranked Michigan put their perfect season on the line against Iowa.
Let's go! Wow!
The Big Ten Championship, sponsored by Discover, Saturday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
Now to breaking news in the Middle East, where Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their 6-day ceasefire by one more day. The new deal is expected to lead to the release of more hostages kidnapped from Israel in exchange for imprisoned Palestinian women and teens. The development coming hours after Hamas released another 16 hostages, including one American. ABC's Justin Finch with more from Washington.
Breaking overnight, Israel and Hamas extending their fragile truce for one more day. The Qatari Foreign Ministry helping to broker the down-to-the-wire deal, announcing this latest ceasefire was extended under the same terms as the past one. 10 Israeli hostages for 30 imprisoned Palestinian women and teenagers. On Wednesday, Hamas releasing 16 more hostages taken from Israel, including 49-year-old dual American-Israeli citizen Liat Benin. President Biden, who is working personally to free more Americans, saying he's spoken with Benin's family.
I talked with her mother and father. They're very appreciative, and things are moving well.
Benin's sister Tal speaking to ABC's Matt Gutman.
Until we got the final okay that she really was amongst the people that were returned, then I could finally breathe, take a deep breath.
Benin, a mother of 3, was kidnapped from her kibbutz along with her husband Aviv, who remains missing. Benin, now the second U.S. hostage released so far. The U.S. says at least 8 more are still missing. It's unclear who is holding them or where. The family of 23-year-old Hirsch Goldberg is holding out hope for his release. His father saying U.S. officials have been supportive.
But we are not getting any concrete information, certainly not at a personal level, about Hirsch, our son, from the U.S.
In Gaza, the truce extension will allow more aid into the ravaged territory. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is now in Israel, where he says the U.S. will focus on extending the ceasefire to free more hostages and get more aid into Gaza. Blinken also expected to meet with Palestinian President Abbas. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Well, voting for the GOP presidential nominee starts in less than 50 days, and candidates are working hard to ensure their campaigns are still alive in the new year. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor has more from Washington.
With the Iowa caucus and New Hampshire primary just after the holidays, now is the time for Trump's GOP challengers to turn up the heat if any of them are going to win the nomination over the former president.
I know everybody wants to make this race over now. But it's not over, and it's not even close to over.
I don't play for second. I never have. I'm not going to do it now.
Trump is dominating the GOP field with 62% of the Republican vote, per the latest Fox News poll.
Based on the polls, it looks like we're in good shape. But, you know, the worst thing you can do is say, oh, you know, we're going to stay because he's leading by so much. Get out and vote.
He's a political and cultural phenomenon. How do you run against that?
Well, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is trying her best to do just that, snagging a major endorsement this week from the powerful conservative group Americans for Prosperity.
I think President Trump was the right president at the right time. But the truth of everything is, rightly or wrongly, chaos follows him.
Besides Trump, Haley is the only candidate who's had consistent upward momentum in the polls, and the others are taking aim.
Got Nikki Haley. She leaves the UN bankrupt, literally swimming in debt.
I think she's just fundamentally out of step with Republican voters. I think she's relying on liberal media to prop her up.
Meanwhile, Trump is juggling his campaign events with his court appearances. The civil fraud trial against his companies in New York finished its 36th day and is expected to last another month. But Vivek Ramaswamy's political director is not letting Trump's legal issues keep him from joining his campaign. Ramaswamy confirming the exit from his team this week. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Several social media executives are heading to the Senate to discuss online child exploitation. The Senate Judiciary Committee says it will conduct a hearing on January 31st of 2024 with CEOs including Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, X, formerly Twitter's Linda Yaccarino, TikTok's Xiaozi Chu, Snap's Evan Spiegel, and Discord's Jason Citron. Subpoenas were issued earlier this month for the committee for Yaccarino, Spiegel, and Citron, while Zuckerberg and Chu agreed to testify voluntarily. The committee says it knew its efforts to protect children online may not be easily accepted by major tech companies. Several of the companies are already facing lawsuits from school districts, claiming their sites are too addictive for kids.
Well, some breaking news overnight. Former Secretary of State and renowned statesman Henry Kissinger has died. He leaves a storied political history, having served multiple presidents and helping to shape foreign policy for decades. For more than 60 years, Kissinger was one of the most influential and controversial figures in American foreign affairs. He was just 15 when he escaped Nazi Germany as a Jewish refugee and would go on to win both the Nobel Peace Prize and the Medal of Freedom. Among his greatest accomplishments was helping to relieve tension between both China and the Soviet Union. Henry Kissinger was 100 years old. He lived a very long and prosperous life.
All right, when we return, a home used in a classic Christmas show has a new owner.
We'll hear how, off-track betting? How that's all going in Maine, too, coming up in a special interview. Don't go away.
If I don't hear from you tonight, I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than this, you know there's nothing.
How about that first half?
I mean, that offense, they were slicker than a $2 suit on a $3 smile.
Let's go back to the studio.
Where?
A $3 smile. What do you mean? You doing Bradshaw?
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, do you reckon I can say butter my butt and call me a biscuit on live TV?
I do not think you should say that.
Copy that.
The Rotary Club of Bangor's Festival of Lights Parade, Saturday, December 2nd.
Is that music coming over the air, or is it just in our IFBs?
I think it's going over the air. It's from that little video you see on the internet thing.
Right, yeah, it's silly.
Kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back to Good Morning Maine. If you don't know what we're talking about, then I'm just,
It's funny.
I'm just hearing voices, apparently. Today is Thursday, November 30th, 2023, the last day of November, and today is National Personal Space Day.
If you have never been able to state your objection to unwelcome hugs and unsolicited shoulder taps, then this day is for you. It may seem rude to have to tell people to not touch you or give you space, but on the flip side, it's also considered rude by many to touch people without their consent. So just keep your hands to yourself.
It's also considered illegal to hit people if they touch you without your consent. You know.
It's best to kind of maybe talk to them first. But
Yeah,
I've had it. I've had people do that to me, especially in the workplace. You know, they come up and they want to touch you for whatever. Some people are touchy or for whatever reason.
I know. I've considered both options. I've considered being an adult and having an adult conversation and decking you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Consider that there's awful people out there like me who just don't no touchy. Don't. Okay. Sorry. Now I'm on the personal stage here. Okay, somebody just ran in to give somebody else a hug.
That was our assistant news director who came in and gave Keenan a hug.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Keenan liked it though.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
History time.
I like hugs though too.
I love
it's
hugs.
just
I'm
like,
a hugger.
Yeah.
But not unsolicited.
Right.
You know,
right.
there's an appropriate time. It's like if you're working at your desk, people come up and hang over your desk and give you a hug. It's like, go away.
I saw one of those incidents once.
I know.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's talk about history.
Okay, for some historical events that occurred on this day. On this day in 1487, the first German beer purity law was enacted in Munich, stating that beer should be brewed from only 3 ingredients: water, malt, and hops. In 1782, Britain signed an agreement recognizing U.S. independence.
That's my turn. In 1954, Ann Hodges was bruised by a meteor in Alabama, the first modern instance of a meteorite striking a human.
And she was fine. She walked away.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
And for a bit of local history, it was on this day back in 1958, the first U.S. guided missile destroyer was launched right from Bath Iron Works in the state of Maine. And also in 1979, Pink Floyd's The Wall was released, selling 6 million copies in just 2 weeks, still going strong to this day.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And a few years later, in 1982, Michael Jackson released Thriller, which became the best-selling album in the world at the time and won a record-setting 8 Grammy Awards, not just nominations. He won them.
Pretty neat.
That's crazy. And for birthdays today, we have American actor and comedian Ben Stiller. He's 58 today. And the former baseball and football player, the only pro athlete in history to be named an All-Star in 2 major North American sports. Bo Jackson is 61. Also, actress Kaylee Cuoco, especially known for her role in The Big Bang Theory, is 38 today.
Penny, penny, penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yep.
All right, today looking like a nice day out there. Partly cloudy. Enjoy it while you can.
Enjoy it while you can. Yeah, I know. You listen to Craig.
Not like a big storm's coming. Just enjoy it.
Right.
And don't touch anybody.
And Craig. Yeah, no touching. Here's Stephen Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garland Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. As we get into things this morning, the small crowd advisory has been extended now until around 1 p.m. as we head towards your Friday. Along the coast, active surf will be expected yet again as you do move forward. So that's why this is now in effect until that time frame. Meanwhile, on land, we're looking pretty good this morning. Some clouds developing, maybe some areas to the north seeing a few flurries this morning in a few areas, but again, nothing too extreme to worry about though. We'll stay quiet out there otherwise today with a partly cloudy sky as the clouds we're seeing out there this morning. We'll give way to sunshine for most spots while some other areas may hold on to the clouds. As we zoom things out, not a whole lot going on, maybe a few snow showers in a few spots up in Canada, maybe northern Maine. It's kind of about it. You can see those flurries again there, but otherwise we're looking pretty good as we do move forward. But a lot of sunshine today, maybe some clouds to the north. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky this afternoon and a few more clouds approaching as we head towards early Friday morning. As for the wind, it will be out of the southwest today up to 10 miles per hour, maybe a few gusts up to 15 miles per hour at times, and the winds may pick up a little bit more as we head towards your Friday. So that hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, we will have some sunshine out, but clouds to the north, temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. All right, still to come here this morning, we'll have sports with Tyler Cruz.
We'll also be talking about gambling and things like that. Don't go away.
Sometimes all you need is another chance. This holiday season, don't forget to enter your non-winning Maine lottery tickets into the Reindeer Run promotion for your chance to win big.
For over 75 years, Ariens has been blowing away the competition. Ariens snow throwers simply overpower other brands. See for yourself by watching the screen and then head to Jim Small Engines in Arlington, where these fabulous high-throwing Ariens snow throwers are on sale at unbelievable prices. Jim Small Engines brings 40 years experience in sales and service, and Jim knows that Ariens snow throwers are the best, but supplies are limited, so watch the screen and take advantage of the great sale prices on Ariens snow throwers now at Jim Small Engines, Snows Corner Road, Arlington.
Pro football fans, it's You Pick'em NFL, the Pro Football Challenge from Fox 22. Go to foxbangor.com, click on You Pick'em, and go to You Pick'em NFL. Make your picks, and you could be the weekly winner of either a $25 gift certificate from Chase's Family Restaurant in Bangor or from Chick-fil-A in Bangor. Brought to you by Mainly Eyes in Bangor, Twin City Tile in Brewer, Twin City Tint in Brewer, and Winterport Sheds. Compete all season long for the grand prize of $5,000. It's You Pick'em NFL from foxbangor.com.
Oversharing can be spiritual.
Name someone you had a romantic dream about.
My minister.
Praise the Lord, Pastor.
It can be loving.
You love to plant a big wet kiss on Steve Harvey's what?
Lips.
Your lips ain't big enough for these lips.
It can be wet.
Name someone who has touched your bare bottom.
The pool guy. Overshare with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22. Local news weeknights at 10 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on Fox 22.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Starting with some basketball, Black Bears women's hoops is getting set for Maine's own Mackenzie Holmes and number 17 Indiana on Thursday. For them, it's just like any other game, but with a chance to show more people what they're made of. Ryan Sudol has more.
It's just a great night for Maine basketball in general. You know, it's exciting.
Thursday night, the Black Bears travel down to Portland to face Gorham native Mackenzie Holmes and number 17 ranked Indiana at a nearly sold-out Cross Insurance Arena.
It's just something to be excited for. No one gets this opportunity every day.
And we also got to remember to stay internal to ourselves and stay focused and, keep a little bubble inside our team.
With this big a crowd combined with this opponent, the game carries a different vibe than many the team have had, but that's not changing their preparation at all.
We kept practicing being tough defensively, what we do every year for every game, just making sure we stick to the principles, stick to the rules that we have, and just try our best.
The Black Bears are coming off a 1-2 showing over the weekend at the vibrant Thanksgiving Classic. Despite the record, head coach Amy Vachon is pleased with how her team performed.
I played 3 tough teams, really, really good teams, and came out with a win against Louisiana Tech. If you would have told me we'd be 4-3 with the schedule we have, I probably would have taken it at the beginning of the year.
One thing that's been hot since day one is the duo of Ann Simon and Adriana Smith, the pair combining for nearly 30 points a game.
When they come together, they're unstoppable. The bond on the court is like nothing else, and they show some great leadership as well.
And while no player is averaging more than 8 points, there's plenty depth, just not in the most noticeable ways.
Like it comes down to a stop that maybe gets counted as a team stop, but it can be one particular player that forced that stop. Even if it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, as long as we win as a team, that's what matters.
Regardless of who wins Thursday, the Black Bears want to make sure folks see that and make a statement on the biggest stage possible.
We're just going to fight. We're going to keep fighting, and we're going to show this whole state of Maine what UMaine women's basketball is about.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, looking forward to that. Let's stay on that topic, but we'll hear from the visitors. It'll be the first time in years that Mackenzie Holmes will be playing basketball in Maine. The Hoosiers and the Black Bears tip off at 7 p.m. on Thursday at the Cross Arena in Portland. Indiana sitting at 5-1 on the season, and as we said, the 17th ranked team in the nation. Holmes herself has developed into one of the country's top power forwards. She's averaging over 27 points and 7 boards a game. And before heading east, she talked about her long-awaited homecoming.
I'm very, very, very blessed to have someone like Coach Morin in my life who knows how much, Maine and my people back home mean to me. So for her to, take the effort to make this happen, and for Coach Vachon as well, for allowing this to happen. We're playing at a neutral site, which is going to be great because it's closer to home for me.
Should be a fun night down there. Let's move on now. Less than 3 weeks after the Lewiston mass shootings that shook the core of our great state, the Lewiston boys soccer team capped off an emotionally tough season with a Class A state championship right at home. And on Sunday, the Blue Devils will be honored off the field for what they did on it. The team will be heading south to Foxborough, Massachusetts, where the Blue Devils will be honored by the 6-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. Before kickoff against the Chargers, they'll be announced on the field at Gillette. They'll even get a chance to ring the bell.
Yeah, it's really cool, especially cool to do with a team that we've played together with for a while now. And I've watched Patriots my whole life, so it's cool to be able to go to that game and ring the bell.
I think it's something that I've never been at. I've never been at a big stadium. And I watch a little bit of football myself. I think it's going to be very fun. I'm just very anxious to be there.
Should be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for those guys. Let's get back to basketball now. Back to the University of Maine. Maine men's hoops in action, wrapping up a long road trip on Wednesday night. Black Bears going up against Holy Cross, trying to get to 5-4 on the year. It was a hot start to the night for Maine's Kellen Tynes. Gets to the lane here for the hoop and the harm, count it, and 1. Later in the first, here he is again. He's going to get a little bit of space on the screen, pulls the 3, and nails it. Next time down the floor, here he goes again, pulls the 3, nails it. That's a career high 26 points on the night for Kell. But Holy Cross would hang early. It's a 7-point game. Luth Kolobali is going to get it to go off the pick and roll right here. That is a tough big man bucket. Makes it a 5-point game. But Maine would run away with it in the second half. Jaden Clayton finds Jashante Wright McLeish, who buries a 3-ball. Maine wins 72-57. All right, and finally to some high school girls hockey now. Penobscot Pioneers looking for 2 straight to start the season. They're facing Brunswick. Pioneers trying to avenge their loss to Brunswick last year. A minute into the game is where we'll start. Pioneers' Anna Malloy cross to center ice in the zone. She snipes one. That's going to give them a 1-0 lead. 1 minute later, still into the first, it's Jordan Williams on her own, and the reigning KVAC Player of the Year nails the wrister. That's going to make it 2-0. All right, 3-0 Pioneers now, and here come those Dragons. Lacey Palmer works her way in, and she gets it to go top shelf. Brunswick, they are on the board. Later on, though, Pioneers' Delaney Carr gets it to Megan Delahanty. That's her 2nd goal of the game, makes it 4-1. She'd have 4 goals. They go on to win 7-2. And that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
As a new parent, you find a chance to sleep anywhere you can. But for your baby, a crib, bassinet, or play yard with a firm mattress is the only safe place for them to sleep. Anywhere else could be dangerous. Follow the ABCs of safe sleep. Babies should be alone, on their back, in a clean, clear crib. Learn more safe sleep practices at safesleepforme.org.
The clock is ticking on the Toyota year-end closeout, so don't miss out on spectacular year-end closeout savings.
Time to get them, don't wanna miss a thing.
You can get 3.99 financing on a rugged Tacoma, which could save you up to $2,100. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance and Toyota Safety Sense technology. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
On the next Last Man Standing.
It smells like we are 20 minutes away from a perfect Thanksgiving dinner.
Mike, we are not waiting for halftime.
It smells like we are 20 minutes away.
I already tried it.
Vanessa tries to make the holiday perfect.
Honey, you haven't put anything on the gratitude list yet.
Do we really have to do that this year?
But it's a thankless job.
She said it was goofy.
You called it goofy,
Well, it kind of is.
but you said it.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
It's been a little less than a month that sports betting has been legal in the state.
To talk about the progress so far, Devin Dagnall is in Augusta live this morning with the executive director of the Gambling Control Unit. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning, Emma and Craig. I'm here in Augusta with the executive director of the Gambling Control Unit, Milton Champion. Milton, how are we doing today?
Good, great.
So, as Emma and Craig said before, it's been a little less than a month. What are the successes we're seeing with online gambling?
Well, we've got data that's also available on our website, but we have the data for the first 25 days. And collectively right now, looks like our total number of wagers have been about 1.8 million. Our gross receipts have been 34 million. And the tax revenue, which the rate is 10%, currently right now the state looks to receive $452,000 for those wagers in the first 25 days.
That $452,000, that's going straight to the state?
Yes, that comes to the state, and then that 10% is distributed through a cascade, which was directed by the legislature with the bill that passed.
So it seems like everything's been going pretty well so far. How is that money being allocated? That $400,000 you said?
Yes.
Yeah.
$452,000. That's the 10% rate, and then it gets cascaded or distributed to 5 or 6 different entities. Problem gambling, to the general fund, and there's a few others in there. And again, they're all available on the website. You know, if you look up the statute.
You mentioned problem gambling right then, and we were talking off camera a little bit before. With online sports betting, we've actually been seeing a pretty fortunate situation with problem gambling. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so far, knock wood, if I can use that phrase, we haven't had an influx of calls to the ad care or to their service centers. What I've learned since the inception of sports wagering is there's been roughly about a 40% increase nationwide on calls to problem gambling centers, but knock wood, so far we haven't had that influx. So I don't know really what the rationale is around behind that, but it's a good thing, obviously. So we'll continue to track that, and so far so good.
Yeah. And we haven't had any big issues yet, not seeing a lot of underage gambling or not that we can track yet anyways. Everything's looking good?
No, well, we have the ability to track the wagers through geolocation and other databases. And yeah, we're not seeing anything that's, astronomical or anything to worry about at this point. We did have the opportunity before we went live to get with the local athletic directors from the colleges in Maine, and they were very receptive to understanding what we're doing and the technology that we have, that we can keep an eye on things to make sure that there's no proxy wagering or anything like that going on. In other words, a 21 doing a wager for somebody under 21. So the response has been well. We've been tracking a little bit, and everybody's behaving.
With online sports betting, there has been a little bit of recent confusion with advertisements, seeing different agencies advertising their service, but there's only 2 agencies that are allowed here in the state, that being DraftKings and Caesars, correct?
Yeah, I appreciate mentioning that, because we're, as the unit, we're seeing more and more advertising from other potential operators that are not licensed in the state of Maine. We have two very good partners in DraftKings and Caesars, and they are the only two that are legal in Maine. So if you're going to make a wager in Maine, I would recommend you pick one of those, make an account, and you can do your wagers through them. But don't get caught off guard by these other operators who, for the most part, they're doing regional advertising, but still they shouldn't be doing the advertising in Maine if they're not legal in Maine. So I would caution people on those, those operators that are not licensed. We have two, Caesars and DraftKings, so they're the ones to go with.
All right, guys, keep it legal. Please play responsibly. Back to you, Emma and Craig.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Thursday. A full weather forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Discover Joe's Market, 102 Garland Street in Bangor. Your one-stop shop for groceries, fine wines, and craft beers. Quality and variety await you at Joe's. Already this morning, a small credit advisory has been extended until 1 p.m. as we head towards your Friday, as we're going to be watching for some active surf as we head towards early Friday morning, courtesy of some gusty winds yet again. So make sure that we're keeping an eye on that. For now, it's not too bad out there at around 3 to 4 feet according to the buoys. A little bit out there further out towards sea at around 6 feet. And these lighter colors that you see here indicating higher surf further out towards sea as well. But for now on land, we're not too bad. We just have clouds developing after this morning. Perhaps a few flurries or light snow showers further off towards the north. But otherwise, we're looking pretty good as the clouds moving through. And these clouds will give way to some sunshine as we move forward today as well. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Not a whole lot going on here, though. As the snow returns further off towards the north, high pressure not too far away. We'll get some sunshine going later on today as well. The clouds may hang around, though, across the northern parts of the state. As we do move forward, again, a lot of sunshine today, maybe some clouds to the north. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky. And as we head towards Thursday night, a partly cloudy sky yet again, some more clouds approaching. But then we have to watch for a system as we head towards late Friday, more so as we head towards Saturday. So let's break all this down. As we head towards Friday, we're looking pretty good. By Friday night, some rain and snow looks to move in, though, so that'll be moving through mainly overnight Friday night to Saturday morning, mainly as rain, but a little bit of snow in the northern parts of the state. And we could keep some of this activity going as we head towards Saturday evening and also in the parts of Sunday as well. So we will need to watch this closely with some activity moving in, some rain and some snow, and looks like some gusty winds as well, as the isobars will be stacked yet again. As for the snowfall, though, it doesn't look too impressive right now. This is quite a few days out yet, though, as we're looking towards Saturday by that point. Maybe an inch or so in some areas before we're all finished up. But meanwhile, further down toward the south, not expecting much of anything there, except some rainfall in some areas too, where maybe up to a quarter of an inch or so possible, maybe higher amounts in a few areas before we're all finished up. We'll make sure to keep an eye on that as well. Meanwhile, for today, though, lower 40s, partly cloudy, but southwest wind getting up to around 15 miles per hour at times. Overnight tonight, upper 20s and a partly cloudy sky, and a south wind getting up to around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, upper 40s, increasing clouds, southwest wind at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. All right, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Joe's Market. Rain and snow chances are here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Saturday and Sunday is high in the lower 40s, and then the upper 30s on Monday.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Satisfaction with AARP and the Stones. AARP members get special pre-sale access to the Stones Tour 24, Hackney Diamonds. Pre-sale starts November 29 at 10 a.m. local time. Not an AARP member? Learn more or join today.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Danielle Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22. Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
I'll go naked. I bet you will.
The fun in a game of words.
Flip-flop. Cougar. Little Caesars.
Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Is choosing wisely.
I hope they know what it is, because we gotta take it. Want to try to win this thing, so I'll take Noogie.
25 words or less.
Knuckle head rub.
Noogie. You won the game, guys.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Looks like we're about out of time for now. We hope you have a great day.
3, 2, 1.